Innovate at ITFC is powered by International Islamic Trade Finance Corporation. Innovation is what creates better business, improves the quality of our lives, and drives positive change. As the world is evolving, where new technologies bring major changes to our daily lives and business, and common and global challenges emerge, this is why ITFC embraces innovation and aims to become one of its engines. Corporate leaders have been identified as leaders in innovation. Some of the benefits of innovation include improved productivity, reduced costs, better quality, increased products range, increased market share, or build new markets. The workshop for ITFC top management, this one-day research and practice-driven workshop covered both external and internal innovation perspectives. Its main objectives to understand foundations and develop drivers for innovation. It also aimed to trigger and to foster innovation processes at the level of ITFC management team, as it enabled them to learn how to develop and implement innovative solutions.
Legendary Jack Welch has a very famous quote, which I think cannot be more relevant than now. And it goes, if the rate of change on the outside is more than the rate of change on the inside, then the end is near. It simply means that organizations need to be changing from within, reinventing themselves more than the competition, more than the rate of change that's happening outside. That's why in the ITFC new strategy, innovation is a cornerstone of achieving our strategy. That's why it was given the importance to have a dedicated function within the institution to facilitate and foster innovation. And the beginning of that innovation function was with the first innovation pilot that was launched this year. One additional thing that people might be interested to know: when we walked into the meeting to try to determine what is the theme, what's going to be the theme of the innovation season pilot, we wanted something to be engaging, everybody in ITFC can contribute to. So we didn't want something that only focused on business, because this might isolate many departments. This gives us the essence of innovation. What we can say is that innovation is about enjoying the journey.
Thanks to Innovation Pilot Season winners.
Basically, the idea I had is two in one. The first component of it is raising awareness. I personally thought I knew a lot about climate change, but until I attended an exhibit, I realized that I know nothing. The other component is to use list paper. It always puzzled me how we print a document off a system, send it to someone internally for him to put it back on the system. So why print it in the first place?
So the whole idea is to try to give us a really brief snapshot of how well we do, and so that we can also go talk to the people to give them an idea of how serious we are towards that. So this is basically to give us an idea of our behaviors toward the environment and how we can correct it.
My project is about plastic consumptions. Every year about 500 billion of plastic bottles are used around the world and thrown away. The plastic consumptions has become one of the most harmful consumptions for our environment. Our Islamic values push us towards the most sustainable and reasonable consumptions.
My project for the Make ITFC Green was having recycle bins in ITFC. Now, recycling is an important phenomena today we see in the world. We see today in the offices you have a lot of disposable waste in the form of paper, cards. All this can be reproduced. In fact, a study by Environmental Protection Agency says that around 80 to 90% of the waste in offices can be recycled.
What inspired me to join the competition is two things. Number one is to revive our Islamic values. We have the Prophet ﷺ telling us not to overconsume water, even if we are standing in front of a running river. This applies to any item that we consume in our daily life. The other reason is to walk the talk regarding ITFC's commitment to climate change.
For me, innovation must be disruptive. If it's not changing your life, then it's not effective. The innovation must change your daily habits. It must have a positive impact towards your environment, towards your friends, towards your workplace. Innovation has to change your way of life going forward and permanently.
Innovation for me is ideas or dreams to be put in reality, to be put in implementation, and then create a value out of it. So for me, if you talk about innovation in ITFC, it's to come up with an idea and implement it, and ultimately it's add values to the firm.
Thanks to the Innovation Board IB members. Thanks to the Innovation Team members. Thanks to the Corporate Communications Team.
And stay tuned, inshallah, for 2019, where we will be focusing on making ITFC culture more supportive of innovation, as well as launching another innovation season.
Innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. Please join us in 2019 and take an active role in the innovation season and be a partner to an innovative culture.